Okay. Hello, we're live here on the Magenta Show. I'm Moira Bush, your host, and this is our fabulous guest today, Gillian Small. Welcome to the show, girl.
Thank you for having me, Moira.
It's your first time kind of doing this TV Facebook live thing, is it?
First time, yes. And it's pretty exciting, and I'm grateful that you invited me to be here.
And don't be nervous because this is kind of us having a conversation. The audience just joins in, and it's a lot of fun, right?
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm so pleased you're here. So for those of you who tuned in for the very first time, a huge, big, warm heart welcome from us here at the Magenta Show. And we've got something for the audience. So if you see, there are 3 little empty bottles that are sitting on the table here. And you must put into the comments box if you are drawn to number 1, number 2, or number 3. And right at the end of the show, myself, the crew, and I guess we've picked a couple of bottles. So that will be your bottle. And we're going to give you a color-guided message for the week.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, I quite liked your pick, I have to say.
Yeah.
So, audience doesn't know if you're 1, 2, or 3, by the way, so they'll find out later on. Okay, so please, if you love the show, you must share, because the Facebook algorithms, we were talking about it earlier, how Facebook algorithms have changed, and unless people are actually sharing or engaging with the comments, then the shows won't work at all, because Facebook have downgraded. They used to give you 20% of your members would be notified when you go live or you put a post up. It's gone down to 1.2%.
Yeah, that's low.
It's dropped,
Yes,
which means we have to work that much harder to let people know we're here. And we, of course, rely on we have a wonderful international audience, and they are amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for you, Moira.
So Aurelia has tuned in, Zane, Shannon, and Don Campbell has joined us. Andrew Stewart has joined us. Well, hello, darlings, and thank you so much for joining in. Zane has she's picked bottle 2, Zane. Aurealia's in Denmark. She has also picked number 2. Zane's in the UK. Okay, so Don Campbell, Andrew, come on, pick 1, 2, or 3. Tell us which one you're interested in. I'm going to give you a little color message at the end of the show. I love doing the Magenta Show because I have this variety of guests. I have guests that come here that are from the business world, and they, about profits and making money and business plans and strategies. And then I get this incredible energy like yourself come on the show, and you're about healing and transformation. And you actually call yourself a transformational coach, Gillian.
Yes.
Okay, so can you just tell our audience what is a transformational coach?
So I help guide people from pain and suffering and take them through a healing process using different techniques that I have to help to transform them from the inside out, to be able to transform their lives, what is not working for them in their life, and look at it, acknowledge it, heal it, and then they are able to transform into who they really want to be and the best version of themselves.
Yeah. So you're really steeped into personal development, emotional development, spiritual development, and I mean, this is this is the fastest growing market in the world right now. It's a really good business to be in. Finally. Yeah. Fabulous. Yeah. I've just had a look here. Melissa Jolly has joined us. Fabulous. So Melissa Jolly is the lady who actually makes the color bottles.
Oh, wow.
And Melissa, I have to tell you, I've actually, first time I physically met Gillian in person, but we've been communicating via the post, and she's actually tried a couple of bottles, and the one I know you've had 2, I think, already of the Dolphin Energy, the Dolphin bottle, which is this, it's this bottle over here with a lot of glittery, sparkly things in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that, of course, told me a lot about you. They told me that you like to have fun.
Oh, I do.
You like, I know, every time I look at you on Facebook, you're off swanning somewhere and partying and traveling. And
well, you know what? That was a part of my healing process. So people who know me from years ago would know that I would make plans, and oftentimes I would cancel them because of social anxiety and many reasons. But I could even be out somewhere and not enjoying myself because I wasn't in the present moment. I was judging myself and worried about other people judging me. So I couldn't have fun, even if it may have looked like it on the outside for other people. Like as a child, as a teenager in my 20s. I had some fun times, but now I'm really have a passion for life, and I really am so grateful, which is something I was never grateful for growing up. So it was really hard for me to have fun. So using the tapping and the dolphin, I really brought that out in me.
And what I know, when we had a pre-show conversation, you spoke about the thing that really cut you at your knees was that anxiety. But you actually pieced together why you were anxious, because I don't know, audience, you must tell us, do you suffer from anxiety, whether it's performance anxiety or just social anxiety or just anxiety in general? And you really want to be sharing the show, please, and let people know that we're alive. So tell us a little bit about how you identified where the root of this anxiety was from, and then what you did about it.
Well, I've always been labeled a worrywart and sensitive and emotional growing up. And then it kind of subsided for a little bit. But then I had twin boys. And when they were 3, I don't know, it's like something just went off and I started getting major anxiety and debilitating panic attacks. I couldn't function. I was in bed for 3 weeks. So much pain in my body. I would go from one hospital to the other, and doctors just wanted to put me on medications because they didn't know. They didn't know what was going on. And then it was told it's anxiety, and I didn't even know what that was at the time.
Did you have a clue what you were even anxious about?
No, nothing. I didn't have a clue.
You just knew something was wrong.
I was just so overwhelmed with life in general. And one day when I was at the computer and I'm looking up anxiety, because I was always researching different ways and how other people were trying to manage their own anxiety. And one day I was literally looking outside the window at the computer, and I asked the universe, please lead me in the right direction, because I didn't want to go the typical route of medication to subside it. So and a couple of days later I found emotional freedom techniques, and I'm like, emotional? Well, that's me, so this technique should probably work for me. And sure enough, it did. And I found myself a practitioner, and Nancy Forrester through Nefty, and she I did one-on-one sessions with her for about a year. And then I took her program to become certified, which I am. But through my own work, I was able to piece together. There were a lot of reasons behind the anxiety. But what triggered it when my boys was 3 is my mom left when I was 3.
Holy moly! Okay, hang on. Let's just share this with the audience. So, very often you think you're okay, or you've dealt with a childhood trauma, or you think, that's just life. Mom left me, dad left me, the accident happened, I was abused. We kind of think about that was just life, and you move on with it. But in your adult life, it catches up with you, because those emotions and those feelings, and a 3-year-old doesn't have the emotional wisdom to deal with what it's happening and what to do. It would have made up stories in its head, or not being able to transform it, to even process it, right? And so it took your twin boys turning 3 to trigger it for you and to bring it to the surface for healing.
Yeah, definitely. And I was
isn't this fabulous? I love talking healing with therapists, I guess, on the show. So if you love the show, please share and put some lovely hearts in the comments box so we know that you're enjoying the conversation, guys. Okay, so they're 3 years old. How old are your boys now?
They're almost 13.
Almost 13. Yeah. So this is 10 years down the line, a 10-year healing journey.
And it's been challenging, crazy, but absolutely amazing.
But we also have another connection, Jenny Johnston in Australia. Jenny, if you're watching the replay or you're tuned in, we do
Hi,
say
Jenny.
hello. So you took EFT another step forward, and you actually studied with Jenny, because she invented it and developed a different way of doing EFT. Do you want to just tell us a bit? I would like to know a little bit about it. Just tell me what does it do?
So I would say for about 3 to 4 years I did the emotional freedom techniques. And then I found out about Jenny coming from Australia to Toronto. She teaches quantum EFT.
Quantum EFT, that's right. That's what I know about
so
Jenny.
That is tapping into past lives. So it almost bypasses what went on a month ago or 20 years ago or from childhood. And it literally takes you back to past lives where you were drowned for speaking up or burned at the stake for helping somebody heal and feel better. So that's why a lot of us coaches and people are wanting to help people and healers are just now coming out of the closet, right? Because people would think it's woo-woo or silly stuff. So people are realizing more and more now how important it is to do that.
I know, because I've had conversations with people on this show, Gillian, with that. They say that they're business coaches, but they stuck because they cannot. They can no longer just offer the business strategies or the way to manage the business. They need to work with a personality. They need to work with a person's emotional traumas and their past to get them to actually then use the business strategy to their best advantage, to actually do something that will grow and leverage their businesses. So I know that this has always been the missing link for coaches and people that are really interested in helping, whether you're in the business world, the spiritual world, makes no difference. There's this missing link of having a conversation like this and saying, hey, I'm traumatized, I don't know why, and then say, let's dig into your past, not just your past this life, but
your past lives. And it's a really safe way to do it. You just use your typical tapping points, and with that, skilled coach can take you back to where flashes or memories of being burned or drowned or ridiculed or whatever happened in that past life. You work through that block, and then you find what your new learning and lesson is, and you bring it into this lifetime, and that just changes people's lives. It's just amazing to work through those blocks.
Well, I've got an event coming up this weekend, and I did invite you, but you've got the boy's birthday this weekend.
Next time, hopefully.
It's with Raymond Harlal. He's organized an amazing event called the Power of Collaboration, and what he's done is he's brought a whole bunch of authors together to write a collaborative book, and they're having their book launch. And at the same time, he is allowing or inviting, and collaborating with a whole bunch of people from all over the world who are keynote speakers and people who will impart wisdom from stage. And I'm part of that panel.
Yeah, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Okay, so I need your help. Don't go anywhere. So I have spoken on stage with people before, and I have been inspired, and I have a fail-safe method that I use. So I breathe my I am in, and I always go, what can I do for the audience? So it's not about me, it's not about the organizers, it's not about the event. That it becomes about the person sitting in the audience and what do they need from me at this point. And I allow myself to be guided to say. But these events, it's not possible. You got to plan it, you get timed spaces, you've got slides that have to go up, so you don't have that luxury of just channeling in the moment what the audience wants. You got to prepare beforehand. So for me, there's an element of nerves there, because it's not, I can't just be me up there. I have to be me, but I also have to be an organized me with a system, right? So do you have a little tapping that I can use, that you can teach me, that I could use on the day? And for those of you who are going to be in the audience, you'll probably see me doing this just before I hop on stage. So what can I do? Can you help?
We could do a little bit right now if you want to follow after me.
Okay.
So
this hand?
So just tapping on the side of your hand.
The side of the hand, okay.
That's where you start. And you're using like a setup statement. So even though I'm nervous, I love and accept myself anyways. And then we say that 3 times, no matter what the issue is.
Okay. Even though I'm nervous, I accept and love myself anyways.
And even though I'm nervous,
I accept and love myself anyway.
Right. And then you use these acupressure points that the Chinese have been using for over 2,000 years now.
Okay.
But there's no needles with this. What you're doing is basically just acknowledging what it is that is going on for you. So these nerves. So just repeat after me. Yeah, feeling nervous.
These nerves.
I'm so nervous.
I'm so nervous.
I do want to do this.
I do want to do this.
But I'm feeling nervous about it.
But I'm feeling nervous about it.
These nerves.
I
have to be organized.
I have to be organized.
I have to channel information.
But
there's a lot of prep work.
There's a lot of prep work.
Yeah, so there's a lot of prep work.
There's a lot of prep work.
Yeah, there's a lot of prep work.
There's a lot of prep work.
There's a lot of prep work.
Oh, there's a lot of prep work.
So whenever you come across something, when you see you're the client or yourself, and you're tapping on yourself, and that's a big woof, then you just keep staying on that for a little while, right? So there's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of prep work.
A lot of prep work.
I don't know if I'm going to be ready for this.
I don't know if I'm going to be ready for this.
I don't know if I can do this.
I don't know if I can do this.
All these thoughts.
Are
causing me so much nervousness. All these nerves in my body.
All these nerves in my body.
All these thoughts. Causing me to be nervous. What if I can change my thoughts?
What if I can change my thoughts?
What if I can tap in more peace and calm instead?
What if I can tap in more peace and calm instead?
What if I can just know that I'll be divinely supported?
What if I can just know that I'll be divinely supported?
All these nerves. It's going to be so much work.
It's going to be so much fun.
There you go. Yeah.
I can't say that anymore. It's gone.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, guys, if you're watching me at the Power of Collaboration event, busy tapping myself stupid, you know why. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
I have to say, I'm in admiration of you, because you actually wrote your book and printed it. And we know that if you've had those past lives where you've been persecuted for writing and publishing, it's very difficult to write and publish, and especially not to give up halfway in the process, because you get challenged left, right, and center, and those patterns are huge. But you overcame them. Did you have to do a lot of tapping?
I did. That I did, yes.
Okay, so if we've got a couple, I know we have some authors in our audience that watches the show as well. So if they haven't yet started their book, or they've had every excuse under the sun to not get published, and pull out of projects, and pull out of publishing, pull out of actually doing the work, what would you say to them?
I would say to find out what the blocks are that are keeping you from doing what you want to do. Get back in there and do it. And my go-to is tapping.
Yeah.
And the quantum EFT. So.
And you could help them with that?
I could.
All right. Is there a way the audience can get hold of you? Because I know I'm writing a book project right now, and so many past programs are coming up for my authors, and they are really scared, and they are literally, struggling to get their chapters out. So could they contact you for some help as well?
Oh, definitely.
All right. How can they contact you?
Through my website, eft-transform.com, or my email, which is Gillian at eft-transform.com.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, guys. So if you want a bit of help, I can highly recommend Gillian helping you with some EFT work, especially the EFT Quantum. I believe is really brilliant. I know I've had long chats with Jenny about it.
Yeah, it's amazing. It just goes pretty deep.
So this is actually a book of poetry.
Yes, it is.
And then the book collaboration I have going with our team is I've encouraged them to either write a poem, prayer, or meditation.
That's beautiful.
To accompany their chapter. So I had a little look at your book upstairs when you weren't in the room, and I love the way you've laid the contents out, because you've got it under poems for empowerment, for self-love and acceptance, for healing, and then you have it for rebirth, and then for liberation. I love the liberation.
Yeah.
It because it's that freedom that you achieve.
Definitely.
Right? I think that's I have to say, I really love that about your book. And thank you for this as my copy.
Yes.
So I randomly opened the book just to see what we can share with our audience here. And it was a letter to my younger self.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You didn't know I was going to pick this one, right? Sorry, girl. Okay, here goes. So it says, Dear Gillian, when your parents fight, it's not about you. They are loving you in the best way they know how. They don't know any better, even though they are adults, and you think they should know better. And in brackets you put the you are correct. But they don't know, and they are doing the best they can on the limited knowledge they have, and none of it has anything to do with you. They probably go to bed feeling guilty most nights, wondering what you're thinking because they don't know how to be vulnerable or authentic or how to communicate with you. And I hear what you're thinking, but they're adults. Bless you, little one. They weren't taught how to communicate with an open heart. So how are they to do that with you? I hope one day you'll understand. Most importantly, I want you to know it has nothing to do with you. Oh.
That was beautifully read.
Beautifully written. Beautifully written.
Oh, thank you.
Michael, okay, audience, if you share the show, whoever shares the show the most, okay, honestly, just do it. You are going to get a copy of this beautiful book from Gillian. You're going to give them a copy. Signed copy, all right?
Yes.
Sign it for them. It's beautiful. It's full of wisdom. It's full of beauty. It's full of... And there's simplicity in it. Because, the more I'm thinking about my business and the direction it's going, and the more I'm thinking about, with the event that's coming up and how things are evolving for me, there's a voice at the back of my head that keeps saying, keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. Yeah. And that message, whatever I'm involved in, that message keeps coming back, keep it simple. And you've done it with this book. It is so light, and it's light as a feather. The energy in it's light as a feather.
Yeah.
And I think for anybody that's anxiety driven and feeling heavy, this is kind of the lift they need, right?
And you can't create and write a book when you're full of fear and anxiety and panic, and that's your sign if you're being triggered or blocked by something, to do the work, to go within, heal those traumas, those upsets, those blocks, whatever it is that is holding you back from enjoying life, from creating, and then that creation goes out to the world and raises the vibration of the entire universe.
It does. Yeah.
It's really worth it to work on yourself and clear those blocks, send those messages out, and
the judgments you have, because when you I remember I've watched quite a lot of these book collaboration projects as well, and there's been a lot of judgments about the quality or the editing or things not working that that I've heard people talk about, and then I tell them the project we're doing, and then they love it, but the same judgments could come up as well around that, and when I really listen and look at who's making those judgments, they haven't written themselves, and because they have those fears, and they don't realize that judgment is a fear. It's part of the fear coming up, saying don't publish, because last time you published, that lifetime you were killed for it.
Yeah, exactly. So you can,
or ridiculed. You weren't taken seriously.
Yeah, but that can be healed, that can be transformed. That fear and that anxiety can be transformed into peace and creativity and joy and communication.
You'll be so, when you push through and you get to the other side, and it sits there, and you actually hold this baby in your hands. It is a gift to the world.
Yeah. And it's almost like acknowledging, and instead, because I was always taught to push through, so just go to it, go through it, but that never worked for me. So it's almost like being gentle with yourself and loving yourself in the process of your healing journey.
Love it.
And then you can transform, because I find that if you just push through, that just causes more chaos.
Makes you more anxious, because then you start judging yourself and saying, I should be doing better, I should be doing...
Those are all those thoughts,
they come up,
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I agree. I don't push through. What I tend to do is I go back, I sit down, I do one of two things. If it's during the day, I'll go sit down and have a cup of coffee and breathe. If it's after 6 o'clock, I'll go pour myself a half a glass of wine, sit back and breathe. and that's how I go. And then I go, okay, let it just wash over me, and then see what comes in. Yeah,
that's amazing.
I meditate with coffee and wine.
Yeah.
I'm very spiritual.
It doesn't matter. It's your integrity and your work for your inner self, right? That makes you spiritual. You can, coffee, wine, and water are my 3 favorite drinks.
Coffee, wine, and water. Yeah, I do
I'm
have
very
water.
spiritual. spiritual is just a label as well too, right? So
what is spiritual for you? What does it mean?
For me, it's having the courage to go within and heal what's going on inside. Why are we shopping too much? Why are we drinking too much? Why are we overeating? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? They're all just to make ourselves feel better. They're just crutches, right? The medications. But to me, spiritual is having the courage to go within and take out piece by piece, layer by layer. What is it that's keeping me have to eat these bag of chips every night, or this chocolate, or whatever it is, right? And when I could be writing. So release your mind of whatever is holding you back, right? And then to me, that's spiritual. That's spiritual.
And then it's self-study and self-searching and being
it's like an inner journey, personal growth work, and being dedicated and committed to it. And it's ongoing. It just doesn't happen for a month or 6 months or a year. It's ongoing. You do this your whole life, right? Because there's layers. So when I first started my inner journey work with emotional freedom techniques, I thought, okay, as soon as I'm healed from this anxiety and panic, then that's it. No, that's not the way it works.
That's not it.
So, if I had just stopped there, I would have never been able to tap into past lives where I was an author, where I was a poet, and that's what happened. And then the creation of a book. Right? So
and now you have a clinic and you're passing the healing on to others and helping others. The healer healing others. Oh, I love it. I love her explanation. Isn't her explanation wonderful, guys? If anybody has asked a question, then please, Michael, you'll just point it out for us if anyone has a question for Gillian. But I would like to offer you some color guidance. So give you a little deeper exploration of Melissa's color mirror system.
That would be wonderful.
Because you've been playing with the bottles, you've got the cards, so you know a little bit about the system, but you've actually never had a reading, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Virgin color territory. I love it. Okay. So I just want to ask you, what would you like guidance on today? And you'll pick a couple of color bottles and we'll have a conversation. Okay. So what would you like some advice on, Gillian?
I think what I'd like is some advice on my future. So what I should be focusing on most. So I do... my passion is the quantum EFT. I'm also doing celestial light energy work now, and I have a couple of ideas for some more books in the works.
Okay.
So you can see there's kind of like here, but how much, there's only so much time in a sense, and your energy to devote to what, right?
Okay.
So I guess
it's about focus, direction. All right, so you need to pick me a bottle, one for each of the projects that's currently going on in your life.
Okay.
So maybe start off with a bottle that focuses on the FTQT, and then a bottle that focuses on your poetry books, a bottle that focuses on any of the other things that you're currently juggling in the air, and lay them up in the front here. Let's have a look at them.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. Cool, go for it. So pick a bottle. You can stand up, my darling, and have a look at the walls behind you here. And it can be any bottle. It doesn't matter. So which one's that one for?
I think this one is for Celestial Light.
Celestial Light, and that is number 3. 3 is the Coral Jupiter bottle.
I'm going to pick this one for the books.
For the books, 35. Inner Guide, and that's like a blue, lilac, and pale green color.
I'm feeling compelled to pick this for the Quantum EFT there.
And Quantum EFT. All right. Okay. Is it? There's a 4th project. There's something missing here.
Okay, so this could be for the books.
You've got your poetry books here. You've got the Celestial Light. You've got the EFT here. There's a 4th one. I'm feeling there's a 4th bottle.
So a novel.
A novel. Bring it out. Okay, go. Because that's not a poetry book. A novel is a totally different story. Yeah. So pick another one. Okay.
Where would you like this one?
Anyway, you put it down.
Okay, let's put it beside the poetry book.
And I'm going to have you go up again because I want you to pick me one bottle that says this is Gillian Small.
Okay.
This is who you are. And I am this bottle.
Oh, let's see. Have I missed? I'm going to pick that one right there. Yeah.
Bottle 32. Okay. So I'm actually going to do an energy exercise with you today. So something different that we've not done on the Magenta show before is I want you to take your I Am bottle and just put it alongside the C7 healing bottle, which is to do with your
the quantum EFT.
No. This one was celestial. This one was
quantum EFT. Yeah.
So just put those two together and hold them together.
Hold them together.
Yeah, and just feel. So this is you and your EFT, quantum EFT.
Okay.
And just feel what that feels like for you. So I'm going to ask you, when I have these spiritual aware people, I can play with energy on the show. I don't have to talk too much. I can have them feel things. Okay. And put them on your body. Just hold them somewhere on your body. And breathe in. And just remember that feeling. Got it? And now swap it for the bottle 3, which is your celestial light. Put them together. Put it on your body. Breathe it in and feel the feeling. Got it? Right. Let's go on to your books of poems, your series of books. That's with bottle 35. Put them together on your body. Breathe it in. Got it? Good. And then your last bottle is the novel. And that's bottle 25 and it's called Trust. Turquoise and yellow. Put them together first for me. And then breathe in. Got it?
Yeah.
Pop it down. Now I want you to tell me which one of those 4 bottles felt the lightest with you. Which one was that light as a feather? The most easiest energy, the most lightest feeling, the most.
It was kind of between these two, the celestial light healing and the novel. So, what was this one was.
EFT.
Yeah, the quantum EFT was like a peaceful. I got like peace, but it wasn't light. It was just like, it's like peace. It's always going to be there is what I got.
Okay.
The celestial light healing was excitement. I felt like like a light excitement. It felt amazing, like passion, right?
Okay.
And the poetry. Oh, I got rejuvenation. Yeah, just the word rejuvenation came to my head. And then the novel, yeah, that felt the lightest. It was like, that's your key.
Yes.
Yeah. If that. Yeah, that's what
She's answered her own question.
That's my key.
Through feeling.
Ooh, that's a big one.
All right. And 25 is the bottle of trust, and it says you've got to trust that this is something that's going to evolve for you, and that's going to happen. But in terms of taking time out to actually do it, it might mean that you do less practice work, so that you are more fully present with the process of writing, if that makes sense.
It does.
And I think the celestial light energy is the one that's going to support you, because 3 is all about expansion, visibility, providing some kind of finances, making that part, that stability in your practice. So it just feels like right now the novel probably needs focus.
Okay.
Then you've got it. If you've got it stuck in your head, you got to get it out. You got to sit, and it's a case you got to sit down and write for 8 hours a day. Literally, you've got to sit down, discipline, turn up, and start writing and writing.
Yeah, and I've been getting those messages in my head. Just block that time off. Do not be disturbed for 5 to 6 hours straight.
Yes.
And I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's funny because my healer that I see once a month, over Skype because she's in Florida. She's Goddess of the Charms, by the way, on Facebook. You should check her out.
Goddess of the Charms.
She's amazing. Her name's Rachel. She had told me that the novel would start in June, July, and then finish June, July next year.
Yeah. But it's got to be priority now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right.
I hadn't had any focus on this. I was just do.
But that's because you feel committed to all of these four aspects, and it feels like it's something you want to do. But, you can't ride 2 or 3 ponies at the same time. You pick a horse, ride it, get the foundation in, and let everything else. And you've got to trust that everything else in your life is still going to play a part. It's not going away.
True.
It's just right now you need to get that novel out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you need writing mentors, you need editors, you need help. You need help with that. You need someone to actually review what you're writing and help you with the building and the construction of it. So it just feels you need to trust whatever support and not just kind of spiritual support coming in, but actual humans coming in to help you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Isn't it funny? I just watched a movie yesterday when I had a little break, The Wife, with Glenn Close in it. And it's based on a novel, and it's based on she was actually nominated for Best Actress and for this role, and it's about a man who gets nominated for the Nobel Literature Award, but he didn't actually write the book, she did.
Oh, I
and
think
how
I've
she
seen
handled
the previews
it.
For that. Right.
Watch it. It's brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah. And one of the arguments they have, she says, I was the one who sat for 8 hours writing every day. And he goes, yes, and I was the one who had to look after the kids. But he's the one who went up and got the Nobel Prize.
Wow.
So it's a very interesting movie.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a must watch.
It's a must watch for you. So which one of these do you like the most out of all the bottles in front of you, Gillian?
This one.
Your I Am bottle, G32. It's beautiful because it's all about a rose garden and it's all about a rose blooming, and it's your time to bloom.
Oh, beautiful.
It's your time. Your garden is there, your roses are out, the sun is shining.
Oh,
enjoy
beautiful.
it. Look up to the sun and enjoy it.
Yeah, I like that message.
You like that message?
Thank you.
Fabulous. All right, so our audience, I hope you've been putting into the comments box whether you're drawn to number 1, 2, or 3, because we're about to reveal to you your color pick of the week. All right, so if you picked bottle number 1, you have picked my pick of the week. I'm the number 1 this week. Normally the guest is number 1, and I like to change it up every now and again so they don't get compliant thinking I want Moira's pick. Right, or the guest pick, right? Number 1, if you have picked number 1, you have picked Clear Angel. You can see there's completely clear with a little bit of a silvery shimmer in it. And this bottle, Clear Angel, says this is a week to be very, very focused, as we did with you, and clear about your way forward. It's almost a week of assessment, self-assessment, self-reflection, looking in the mirror, looking at parts that you like about yourself, looking at parts that you don't like about yourself, and doing something about it. All right. So this is for me, the Clear Angel is all about really looking into but seeing the angelic side of yourself. This is not about you being critical about going, I don't look enough, I'm getting old, I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I'm too this. It's not about that kind of mirror. This is about it because it's a clear angel. So this is about seeing yourself as an angelic being, looking into the mirror and deciding what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Because when you tune into that high frequency of the angelic realms, it's easy to let go what you don't want.
Exactly.
Just let go. All right. So those pick number 1, mirror, mirror this week. And then number 2, those of you pick number 2, you've got Michael, our producer's pick of the week. And Michael went and picked the rose pink bottle. You can see it's just beautiful, shimmery, like a little goldy shimmery in it there. And the rose pink bottle is all about self-love. So for those of you who picked number 2, this is a week for self-love, self-nurturing. And also because rose pink is all about mothers, it's about almost spending time with your mothers, but quality time, like with Michael works with mom, so we're always working, right? So Michael and I, we need to go do some quality time stuff together. So that's not to do with work. It's about quality time with a mother and reverence for somebody who has mothered you in their life. So you might want to bring that into your week number 2, but also self-love. Okay, so for number 2, and rose pink is a good color for you for this week.
It's beautiful.
And then who's picked number 3? So I remember Zane and Aurelia picked number 2. Okay, so you've got number 2. So those who picked number 3, you have got our guest Gillian Small's pick of the week, and it's Metatron. And you've actually had a smell of this one earlier, a little whiff of it. It's Magenta, and it is the Archangel Metatron, and this is the one that has a very specific message that says, unpanic. Don't panic. Never ever panic. Because in our human smallness, right, and our minds and our limitations and the way we live our lives, things can trigger us and we can get dramatic very quickly. And Archangel Metatron is the one that says, chill. I got you. The angels have your back this week. So it's about taking time out to relax, to enjoy, to de-stress, really just be in the now moment. Just enjoy the moment. And when you're in that now moment, you will tend not to panic. You'll tend not to stress.
Definitely.
Be in the now moment. So for those of you who picked number 3, our guest Gillian Small's pick of the week, unpanic, relax, chill, be in the moment.
That sounds like a beautiful pick for this week.
Have you got a hectic week, or are you partying again?
No. I'm partying with my boys at the pool and biking and...
That's the message for those in number 3. Is go and enjoy time with your family. Oh, that's fantastic.
Hi, Diane.
Wonderful. Diane has joined. We've been watching the screen. We've had so many wonderful audience members join in. Please remember that you can win a copy of Gillian's fabulous book, The Journey of the Soul Within. It's a beautiful book of poems and healing. And if you share the show, whoever shares the show, and you got all week to do it, so you can go back to the video and the recording that's been put on Facebook, and you can share once a day, twice a day, different groups, different timelines, and whoever shares it the most, you're going to get a signed copy of this beautiful book. It's as light as a feather. It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you,
Absolutely
Moira.
Love it. Thank you so much for coming on the show, girl.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad we got to finally meet after 3 or 4 years now.
I know, we've been talking. She only lives an hour away.
It finally worked out.
It finally worked out. Thank you for joining us. And audience, thank you for joining us. I will see you on Saturday and Sunday at the Power Collaboration event in Markham. And if you haven't got tickets yet, they're only $39. Please just leave me a message if you still want tickets and you haven't got it, and I'll make sure to send you the link. I will see you in the weekend and next week, Monday, for the next Magenta show. Thank you so much for joining us. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.